Hello, my perfect YouTube family. It's your girl Inga the Crochet Queen with my first tutorial video. I have gotten quite a few requests for a tutorial for the crochet cross, and never did a tutorial, and I guess you guys have encouraged me in this direction, so here we go. I want to tell you, first of all, I am left-handed and I have an injured finger, so this video is not for the squeamish. I'm gonna just dive right in. This is going to be a crochet along video, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you make a whole lot of crosses for families and your family members and friends, and let's get started. Well, this is a sample of the crochet cross. It's inspired by the Grateful cross that Leisure Art put out, but I'm going to call this cross the Faithful cross because I did alter the pattern in several different ways, but the concept is still there. Why reinvent the wheel if we don't have to? So if you guys want to get the original pattern of the graceful cross, you have to pick up the I think it was Make It Gifted publication from Leisure Arts, if they still produce it. But this right here, I'm calling it the Faithful cross because it was my own interpretation of the graceful cross. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way and understood, this cross right here is significantly smaller than the cross we're going to be making today. I used a very fine thread with this and a smaller needle, but for all intensive purposes, so that you guys can see what I'm doing, we're going to use a thicker yarn and a bigger needle. So today we're going to be using a size I. Well, I'm using a size I needle. Use what you have handy. And I'm also going to be using the Caron yarn. It's one of my favorite brands, 1 pound yarn. And this color right here is a pink color. I don't know what it's called. Well, anyway. Is the color one here? Rose. The color is rose. Okay, so what you're going to have, of course, is some yarn, a needle, and a willingness to make this cross, and a pair of scissors. So if you do not have those things handy and you're ready to make this cross, it's going to take us about, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes to an hour or so to make. I don't know. I never did a tutorial video, so I don't know how long it's going to take with me trying to teach how it's actually done. So if you're ready to dive in, get your scissors, get your needle, and get your yarn, and let's get started. Okay. Let me see if I can get this right dead in the center. Alright, we're going to start by chaining 5. We're going to make a little slip knot, and we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like to pull this little end piece to lose one of my chains, but it tightens my work, and then I'll chain one more. So I should have said chain 6 and then pull the tail to tighten. Okay, so we're going to take and form a ring with a slip stitch. Alright, so after you have your little ring, you want to put in 3, you want to chain 3. Just chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. After that, the stitches we're going to be using is a double crochet and 2 chains. Okay, so we should be ending up with 8 double crochets and 2, 4, 6, 8, 8 chains. Okay, the first 3 chains that we use right here is going to count as one of our double crochet. Okay, so we're going to put in 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1, 2, the yarn is stuck here, 2 more double crochets, 1, 2, chain 2 more, 2 more double crochets, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets. Chain 2 more. Alright, you should end up with something that looks like this, like almost like a little square, and then you want to slip stitch in the chain, the first double crochet, and so it looks like that, like a little square. Okay, alright, once you got that going on, you want to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and after doing so, that's my wash machine, guys, I'm sorry, you want to turn your work and you want to go the other way. So this time we're going to put 4 double crochets in each one of the corners, but in between that 4 we're going to chain 3. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, my yarn, goodness, gotta remember to pull this yarn out, chain 3, and 2 more in that same corner. Alright, so it should look like this. Now we want to chain 1 and do the same thing in the next corner. So we're going to put 2 double crochets in here, chain 3, 2 more double crochets in here. Okay, and it should look like this. So let's continue. We're going to chain 1, trying to get the right angle for you guys. Okay, I think this is good up here, you think? Alright, so we're going to put 2 double crochets in here, we're going to chain 3, 2 more double crochets in that same corner, chain 1, then we're going to put 2 more double crochets in the next corner, we're going to chain 3, 2 more double crochets in that same corner, Alright, chain 1. Alright, and then we're going to slip stitch in that the first double crochet. So basically it looks like this, like a little square. Okay, so we have 4 double crochets in each corner and 3 chain stitches in between them and 1 chain stitch before each corner. Okay, so in the corners we have 3 chains, but everywhere else we have 1 chain. Alright, so we're going to come up with this little square. Let me get this tail out of here. Let's snip this out. And I'm not the best at teaching, but hey, I'm going to try, okay? Alright. So now that we have this basic foundation laid out, sort of like a square, almost like a granny square, we're going to start to do the points on the cross. We're going to start doing these points right here. Now point 1, 2, and 3 are all the same. Point 4 is slightly different, okay? So the instructions that I'm going to give you are going to be the same for 3 points, but different for the bottom piece of the cross, okay? So what we're going to do, where you connected your work at, you're going to want to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, got that, guys? Alright. Once you have 3 right there, you're going to reach over to your first corner, which is right here. The first corner right here. And you're going to put in 3 double crochet, 3 chains, and 3 more double crochet for a total of 6. Okay? So let's start. 1, 2, 3, 3 chains, 1, 2, 3. And 3 more double crochet in the same corner. 1, 2, 3. Alright? After that, you should have something that looks like this. You want to chain 1, and the next available hole, which is right here, you want to put 1 double crochet in there, okay? Awesome. Alright. Looks kind of awkward, right? But trust me on this. We're going somewhere. So let's chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And turn your work. And now we're going to do the same thing, but this time we're going to put in 4 double crochets in that same corner, okay? Right here. We're going to put 4 double crochets in, 4 chains, and 4 more double crochets for a total of 8, okay? So let's get started. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you want to put in your 4 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you want to put in 4 more double crochets in the same corner. And you can start to see your point starting to form. Okay? You want a total of 8 double crochets in that corner. And after that, you want to chain 1 and your next available hole, which is right here, you want to put 1 double crochet. Alright? So you should end up basically with something that looks like this. Alright? So you want to pick your work back up, and you want to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn your work. Now this time you want to put 5 double crochet, 3 chains, and 5 more double crochet. So you're going to end up with 10 chains in the new point that you have made, okay? Alright, let's get started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me get some more yarn. Okay, you want to put 3 chains in. 1, 2, 3, and put your last 5 double crochets right there in that corner. The first one is always hard to make because I don't know why, it just is, but okay. If I can do it, you can do it. That's what one of the girls say. I can't think of her name right now. JW of JW Original. She always says, if I can do it, you can do it. So encouraging. She's such a sweetheart. Alright. And I'd like to send a shout out to Baby Joe Crochet. She just sent me a message that she's going to be attempting this too. Alright, you want to chain 1 after you have your 10 double crochets in there, and go to your next hole, which is right here, and put in 1 double crochet. Okay? Alright, I like to chain 1 to finish off. You have when you have done this, you have just created your first point on your cross. Alright, so you want to take and snip it, cut it off, and I like to just pull it tight, chain 1 and pull it tight to lock it, and this is what it should look like. Alright, you started off with a square, and then you made it sort of like an arrow come out one side. So now what you want to do, I have something jumping around on my screen and I'm not sure what it is. What is that? I don't know. I think something is laying on my keyboard that's making that move around. But anyways, back to work. What you want to do, once you have something like this, you want to take and you want to stick your needle in the next available crochet on the second row of your foundation piece, your square. So that's going to be right here. You're going to stick your needle in right there, okay? Right in your next available double crochet. And then you're going to take your yarn and you're going to pull it through. And you're just going to tie it, because you're going to start crocheting right there, okay? And just tie it tight, whatever. And what you're going to do is you're going to start your next point to form your cross. I hate tails. So you're going to just pull like a slip stitch through, and you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Then in that next available hole, which is right here, you're going to do the same thing that you did for the first point, which is put in 3 double crochets plus 3 chains plus 3 more for a total of 6. Okay? So let's get started. 1, 2, 3. 3 double crochets, plus 3 chains, plus 3 more double crochets. Okay, after you have the 6 double crochets in there, you want to chain 1. In the next available hole, you want to put 1 double crochet in that, okay? Alright. So, chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get some yarn. And I know this is not the world's greatest tutorial, but bear with me. I'm going to get better. This is my first tutorial, reading my first or trying an intermediate pattern. We're going to just ask God to lead us, okay? All right. So, you want to turn your work. And you want to put 8 double crochets in this tip right here. So we're going to put 4 double crochet, 4 chains, and 4 more double crochet in this same hole. Alright, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, got your 4 double crochets in. You want to chain 4, and then you want to put 4 more double crochet in there. Okay, chain 1 and put 1 double crochet in the next hole. Alright, now chain 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn your work and put 5 double crochet in the tip of that hole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want to chain 3, and then you want to put 5 more in that same exact hole for a total of 10. 3, 4, 5. And then after you have that in there, you want to chain 1 and double crochet in the next opening right here. You want to chain 1 and get your scissors. And pull that through to lock your work. So by now you should have something that looks like this. I promise I'm going to get better at this, guys. Alright, so you have already made 2 points on your crochet cross. Congratulations! You're almost there. Alright, so we're ready to put our 3rd point on our cross. So we're going to do the same thing that we did for the first and second points, alright? So you pick up your work, and your first available double crochet, you want to put your needle in, pull the yarn through, and just tie it. Alright, you want to make a slip knot, a slip stitch, I'm sorry. You want to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Alright, and after you chain 3, you're going to do the same thing that we've been doing. We're going to put 6 double crochet in here. So we're going to put 3 chains and 3 more double crochet in the next available hole. So we're going to, let's get started. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 chains, and then 1, 2, 3 double crochet. Sound like my CD is messing up. Okay, let me see what we got here. Alright, after you have gotten your 3 plus 3 plus 3, 3 double crochet plus 3 chains plus 3 more double crochet, you want to chain 1 and put 1 double crochet in your next available hole. Alright, and when you get to the end of that, you want to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn your work, and then we're going to do the same thing we did for the previous points. We're going to put 8 double crochets in here. We're going to put 4 double crochet, 4 chains, and then 4 more double crochets in here, okay? Let's get started. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and 4 chains, and 4 more double crochet. Two, 3, 4. You want to chain 1, and then you want to put a double crochet in the next available hole. Alright, after that you want to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn your work once again, and we're going to put 10 double crochets in here, but we're going to put 5 double crochet, 3 chains, and 5 more. Okay, so let's get started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and then you put this 5 more in that same corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, Okay, then you want to chain 1. In the next available hole, you want to put your last double crochet in your last chain. And then after that, what do? We cut it and tie it, or lock it rather. Alright, so you should end up with something that looks like this. Okay, you got 3 points to your cross, and the final point that extends out this way is a little bit different, not much, but let's jump into it. Let me pull out some yarn. It's really not as hard as the pattern makes it seem like, but the end result is very, very beautiful. Okay, you want to pick up your work, find the space on your foundation, which is the second row of your foundation. You're going to put your needle in that next available double crochet. Okay, and we're going to do it just like we did the other points. Tie it off, and then we're going to start by slip stitching, and just making a slip stitch, and then we're going to chain 3, I'm sorry, and then we're going to put out 3, 3, and 3. 3 double crochets, 3 chains, and 3 more double crochet. Alright, 1, 2, 3, and this is a modified pattern. This is not the original pattern, but it's what I came up with. Alright, so you got 3, so far I put in 3 double crochets, 3 chains, and 1 more double crochet, so I got to put in 2 more for a total of 6 double crochets. After that, we're going to chain 1, and in that next available hole, we're going to put 1 double crochet in there. Okay, alright, awesome. Then we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It should be almost second nature to you now. Then we're going to put 4 double crochets in here, 4 chains, and 4 more double crochets. 4, 4, and 4. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to chain 4 and 4 more for a total of 8 in that point. After I do this point, I'm going to take a little break, and then we're going to continue, so you can pause your video if you like, if you want to take a break. Chain 1 and double crochet in the next available hole. It's the same thing we have been doing for the first 3 points. Alright, you want to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But this time we're going to put 5 double crochets in the available hole, plus 5 chain stitches, plus 5 more. So the only thing that's going to change is the number of chains that we're going to work for this portion of it. Before, because the points were shorter, we put 3 chains in it, but since this point is going to be longer, we're going to use the 5 5 and 5 method. Okay, so let's start putting 5 double crochets in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, plus 5 chains, plus 5 more double crochet, okay. After you have all the 10 in there, you want to chain 1, go down to that next available hole and put your double crochet in there, and then you want to chain 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. When we were making the short points, we had stopped right there, but we're going to continue on. Turn your work. Now we're going to do 6, 6, and 6. Oh, that sounds awful. But we're going to do 6 chains. Let's say 6 double crochet, 6 chains, and 6 double crochet. Okay? So let's get started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, now you want to put your 6 chains in there, and then your 6 double crochets. Radio. So you should have 12 double crochet in there. One more. Alright. You're going to chain 1, and then you're going to put a double crochet in your next available hole. And so you should end up with something that's starting to look like this. How pretty. We're not done yet. We're getting there though. Okay. So when we have that, we stop with the last double crochet in this hole right here. We want to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn your work. And we're going to use 7, 3, 7 method, which is 7 double crochet, 3 chains, and 7 double crochet in the loop here. Okay, that's going to be our last loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 3 chains. 1, 2, 3, and 7 more in that same space. And I invite you ladies who are tutorial experts to go ahead and let me just pull this out for a second, because I don't like that stitch that I put in there. It's a little loose. I invite you ladies who are tutorial experts to do a remake of this video. Do a remake of the Faithful Cross tutorial. I'm definitely trying my best. But I know some of you girls are much better than me, and I really don't mind if you remake this tutorial. As long as the gospel of Jesus Christ is getting spread around and people are making crosses for people, I don't care. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know, let God be glorified in this project. Not Inga, the crochet queen, just God. Alright. Now that we got our 14 double crochets in that final point, we want to chain 1, go down here to our next free opening and put our last double crochet in that, okay? Our last double crochet. Alright, so I'm sorry, we should end up with something looking like this. Okay, now this is what your cross is going to look like before you iron it. I like to press mine out and make them really flat, like this. This one has been pressed. So now that you have this all done, I'm going to take a break and review what has been recorded so far, and then we'll move on to round 2. The edging, the finishes, okay? Great.